course, selling on price is the easiest way to sell. If you have the lowest price, it's pretty much a slam dunk sale. But what if you have higher quality? What if you as an individual are worth more? What if your company stands for more? Then you're going to have to address the price issue. Price is never the real reason why the customer said no. There's always a way to justify our cost. Now notice I said we justify our cost, not our price. In this video, we're going to look at a couple of things. One is the feature-benefit analysis, and the other is how we can cost justify having a higher price based on a feature like productivity. With productivity, the buyer would be able to do more things in the same amount of time or shorter amount of time. Value-added selling is how we sell around the price objection. We use value-added selling to overcome or eliminate the price objection. What would it be worth to you to never hear the price objection again? Value-added selling can do that for you. An advanced form of value-added selling is X-selling, where we help the customer sell themselves. This is becoming very commonplace because you do it regularly. When you go to Amazon to buy something, who is the salesperson? You are. Who determines what you're going to shop for? You do. And once you get into that category, who determines which features and benefits are most important for you? Which ones are deal killers if they don't have them, and which ones are more favorable for you when they do have them? You see, a feature and benefit could be a size or a color. It could be a capability. It could be something about the unit that you want that the others simply do not have. But what if it costs more than the others? Then you want to be able to justify the cost of the higher priced item. So that's what this video is all about. Let's drop in on a sales call and see how it works. Let's join a sales call already in progress. Here we have a typical scenario. We have a buyer and a seller. The seller is demoing his product. And he says, this is our new widget. It operates at twice the speed of the ones you're using now. This is known as a feature. So the productivity is going to be higher. The buyer asks, well, what's the price? Then the seller brings in a benefit. You'll be able to produce twice as many of your products in the same amount of time. That's a benefit. And the buyer asks, but how much more does it cost? Does it seem like the seller isn't getting anywhere? Well, actually, they are. You see, when we only talk about features, the customer thinks about price. But when we talk about benefits, the conversation can easily shift to cost. This is based on one of the Chuckisms. If the person I'm talking to cannot understand the difference in cost and price, I'm selling to the wrong person. So in value-added selling, and especially in X-selling, we want to make sure we're talking to the right person, someone who can understand the difference in cost and price. Well, let's try to do this sales call over again and take the product out of the picture. Before the sales call, we would go to our AI engine and enter the instructions, list the benefits of increasing productivity. If we think that's what we're going to be using as a differentiation, let's see what AI would tell us. What you see here is an actual output from an AI engine. Now let's go back to the sales call, only let's run the clock back a little bit and start the sales call over again. The only relationship that exists between price and cost is an inverse relationship. This is the principle we're going to use. The item with the lowest price tag can cost more than the one with the higher price tag because we're focusing on cost and cost justification. So in this scenario, the seller would ask, what are the top 3 issues facing your organization right now? And let's say the buyer says, well, number 1 is competition. That's the subject of every meeting we're having right now. Let's go back to our AI engine output. Is there anything there about competition? It will improve competitiveness. We could have stopped earlier, as the seller did, and say, this runs twice as fast, you should have it. Instead, now we're drilling down and seeing how many different benefits we can find. And one is improved competitiveness. An alert seller will keep asking, and what else, and what else? Suppose the buyer says, well, we're also focusing on employee retention. Let's go back to the AI output. Yes, employee satisfaction. We know that increases retention. And then suppose the buyer suggests that, and of course everyone in this industry is looking for the next new thing. Go back to the AI output. Innovation. But look at what we are not using. The actual cost savings. You see, quite often there are benefits that have nothing to do with finance that make our products more competitive and are better tools for a cost justification. But wait a minute, there's more. Suppose we put an instruction in how do we quantify the bottom line impact of increasing productivity. Could AI help us with that?